Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Jahliali in this incarnation. Today I'm here to talk about the full moon in Virgo that we are going to have on February 14th. So I'm going to put the map on the screen. This is going to be given in the degree 5 of Virgo, and as every full moon, the sun is going to be in its opposite sign, in this case in conjunction with Mercury and Saturn in Pisces. So there is an stellium in opposition to the moon, and the presence of Saturn is telling us that we are closing the cycle, integrating new aspects of a spiritual maturity, something essential for the next phase of our path. So we are going to see the fruits of the things that we have initiated 6 months ago, and this culmination is a cycle that is showing us the need to gestate order, to go to the detail, the organization, the routines, all of these vital aspects in order to give form to whatever thing we want to create here in the matter. So people that have planets in the first degrees of mutable signs, Sagittarius, Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, are going to feel this probably with more strength. And Virgo, it's also a sign associated with corrections, separating the wheat from the chaff. So this is about understanding what is working and what isn't working anymore. So we have to put a lot of dedication. We'll have to put a lot of dedication to adapt ourselves to the changes that have been presenting the last time, because for many people this represented chaos in their daily lives too. So this lunation is about closing a cycle and at the same time gestating a new order. And it is showing, it is already active. Let's remember this. What is important right now in this present moment, what is important to assume the responsibility for. The transits with Saturn, I was commenting this yesterday, many times could feel restrictive, slow, even obstacles could present many times. Limitations, because they are showing us how to develop patience, detachment of the form, acceptance of the process, and also our capacity of self-sustaining ourselves. So with this stellium in Pisces, the Sun, Mercury, Saturn, the things that are presenting this week are showing us that everything is connected in our lives. So if there is certain evasion to assume the responsibility in certain area of life, this could be extended to other areas because everything is unity. That is what Pisces is telling us. And I am talking about evasion because this is the low vibration, let's say, of Pisces. So the dualities of the ego with Saturnian aspects, Saturnine aspects, I don't know, I invented that word, could be linked with the victim role before the circumstances, and we know that this is not going to collaborate, but responsibility isn't either self-punishment. So responsibility is about the focus on the decisions we have to assume in the present moment, hearing the inner authority, which is the soul. And this is also linked with integrating our emotions, because Saturn in Pisces is inviting us to develop a spiritual maturity through the integration of our emotions, not the rejection of them, and also knowing how when we need to ask for help is part of a spiritual maturity. The recognition of our limitations with humility is integrating spiritual maturity. No, we don't have to confuse the responsibility with doing everything alone. This is important with these aspects. So the other polarity of this transit could be linked with the inner critic, to be very, very tough with ourselves. This could be very active. Perfectionism as a form of the ego, of self-sabotaging what we are creating in the process, in the matter. So it's very important to pay attention to this, because Virgo is telling you have to correct that also. It's very important to pay attention how you are talking to yourself, because that is impacting in your energy field, and everything that is impacting in our energy field is then extended to the matter. So the energy is something very important. That is what Saturn in Pisces also tells us. And other aspect, it is this trine with Jupiter in Taurus that in mathematical degrees is a little bit open, but I'm going to consider it. So this labor, I think, is bringing, we could see fruits of something that we have been investing our energy in, but also doing this labor is going to create growth here, tangible in the matter, things that we can see and touch. This is about Jupiter, this is linked with Jupiter and Taurus. So our dreams, the things that we imagine, they require doing this labor of constancy, that is the key of Virgo, and commitment, that is the key of Saturn. And then this honesty of the soul to recognize what needs to improve in our experience, in our daily lives, in the routines, in the approach of the reality, which areas of our life need a healthy boundary. Because we have to understand that our dreams actually, they are gestated, they are created because we are creating inside of us affinity of form with them. So the time, past, present, future, is an organization that is acquired for the rational mind in order to organize. But what happens is that we receive light, we are vessels, and that we receive light, and that light then takes form here in the matter through us. They become the manifestation, but that happens always in the present. There is no time, actually. So the commitment and the constancy are to create this inner state in which we are able to receive that light. So in order to grow our vessel, to increase our vessel, and this happens through the healthy boundary in the areas in which we are not investing our energy correctly, or it is overflowing. So experiences with Saturn, no matter how we are transiting them, because this will depend on our contact with Saturn and on our process, but they always lead us to construct in a very solid way in the long term. So Saturn right now is in a sign that is transpersonal, which is Pisces. So it's impulsing us to take a practically spirituality, a spirituality that is descended to earth in all the areas of our life, in presence, and discovering which is what things are correct, responsible, and loving, from the soul, hearing the soul, not from external parameters, because only from that honesty can born the new humanity. So I'm going to end the video here. Thank you, everyone, and see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.